Welcome to another episode of the super interesting podcast. Thank you for tuning in. As you can probably tell by the title, today we're going to be talking about the Avatar The Last Airbender live action season 2 that is out on Netflix. It's been out for over a week now, and we're super excited to talk about some of our thoughts, whether it be the good, the bad. Obviously, there are a lot of mixed reviews from fans. So today we're going to be talking about what we liked about the show, some things that we would maybe change, as well as what we want to see as they move towards season 3. But before we get into any of that, Kareem, what were your initial thoughts and what would you rate just this season alone as a standalone?
Dude, after watching that season of Avatar, I honestly have to say, what the absolute fuck? Because it was bad, but it was good. But there's so many edits that I would make for that. And my overall rating, I'd have to say, I'm probably going to give like a 5 or 6 out of 10.
Wow. Okay. So we're going straight down the middle. We're not even giving.
Yeah.
Okay. So what 5 or 6? You gotta give it a hard rating.
Okay. Well, why would you want to cut out most of the storyline in Avatar? That was my big issue with it. Like the very first episode of Aang and the group going down the Serpent's Pass, they literally just didn't do it right. They had Appa the entire time. The whole reason of them going to Ba Sing Se was for them to find Appa, talk to the Earth King, shit like that.
I knew you were gonna have a problem with that scene.
Literally, and they had Appa. Why not take the refugees, get on Appa, and fly away?
It was so stupid. I
Like,
know.
honestly, stupid. Like, what's your overall rating? Like, I have to hear this.
So I'm gonna have to agree with you. I think I'll give it a 6 out of 10. I'm not gonna be as harsh. I think that my rating gets skewed a little bit because I did like some of the casting choices that they did. However, there was, a lot that they could Serpent's Pass, but with so many of the things that we wanted to see, they kind of just like jumbled up the storyline. It was kind of weird. But there were things I liked about it as well. So I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. I think that's what most fans have also been giving it. I think on Rotten Tomato at this current moment, it's sitting at the 60 mark. So not terrible, but definitely not what the makers of the show were aiming for. And I know Netflix is happy with how things are going. So hopefully they improve things for season 3. But I guess since you kind of got right into it with that colorful response, what were some of the things that you absolutely hated about this season and that really bothered you?
Well, first thing, besides that whole Appa tragedy, one, actually, no, it is related to that. You know what? I'll go back into it. So they didn't do anything related to the Sandbenders, like taking Appa. Like there was no Appa's Lost Days, nothing like that. He got taken in Ba Sing Se, but by Long Fang, which is in the animated version, but it didn't originally happen that way. We didn't get to see the group travel through the sand. They didn't fight the Sandbenders. Aang didn't get all freaking pissed off and go God mode on them for taking Appa. Like, I'm pretty sure everyone out there who's an Avatar fan wanted to see that level of engagement with the story and how Aang was going all freaking insane on them. I was actually hella mad about that. But one thing I will say that was good from that is how they met Toph. I thought that was good too. They actually really perfected her character.
Yeah.
Uh, and the way they engaged her in what was it called? Shoot, the
Oh,
place where they met and
yeah.
the fighting ring or whatever.
The Rumble. Yeah.
Yes, that.
Yeah.
I actually like that. They did that very well compared to the storyline in Avatar Last Airbender. The boulder was pretty funny, bad as fuck, but you know what? It's whatever.
Yeah.
They perfected her character really well. But other characters I didn't like was like May and Ty
Oh
Lee.
my God.
The casting that they did for them, they could have done a lot better. And I know everybody out there hates them just as much. I'm sure you do it just as much, but why don't you just give me your thoughts on that casting?
I said that casting was a positive for me, but that did not include May and Ty Lee. I think that I mean, all right, Ty Lee was okay. I didn't like the May character too much. I think that was a poorly casted choice. I will go back to Toph though. I will say that was a almost perfect casting. I mean, I think I need a little bit more. I need to see more of Toph before I can make that assessment. But from this season, I really like Toph. I like how they introduced her. I like her earthbending. I think she's got the voice down as well. And for me, with these live actions, maybe this is just a me thing, but I really need the voice to be good. Acting is one thing, but they also need to make sure that their voice somewhat sounds like the actual original animated character. And so that was a huge highlight for me with Toph. And I'm gonna actually jump to another character, Azula. The absolute highlight for me. Loved Azula's character. I loved Azula's actress. She absolutely killed it. She had the Azula voice down. She had the intensity that Azula brings. I think that was by far one of the best castings in this show, if not the best. And I think that she was like every time she was on screen, it actually felt like I was watching Avatar: The Last Air because she played Azula so well. Since we're talking about firebending, I also think Zuko was great. I mean, not like amazing, but he was definitely one of the characters I enjoyed. His firebending looks really cool. He's obviously, the martial arts that they're showing along with the firebending looks really awesome. And I think firebending out of the four elements looks the coolest and the most similar to how it did in the actual animated version. So really liking Azula, really liking Zuko. Have some grievances with the Fire Lord. Why is this guy caring about Zuko all of a sudden? That is not part of the original. Like this guy over here talking about like, oh, let's go get Zuko. Like that's my heir. Like, what? No, that the original is Ozai and Azula hate Zuko, but now this guy's sending Azula on a mission to go get Zuko. Are you kidding me? That's not what happens. I mean, it's just I don't know what they're doing, what they're teeing up here, but it doesn't look like it's going to go well because
Yeah.
it's just yeah. I'm not loving that aspect of it.
No, I agree with that totally. I mean, he is the person who plays Fire Lord Ozai. He's a great actor. It's just the role that they're making him play and the lines that they're giving him is not exactly that great. I hated that too. Like, well, let's go get my son, as if I'm gonna forgive him for the shit that he pulled as when he was a 13-year-old kid. I'm like,
Yeah,
no, it's not good. But
yeah,
going back to the part where you said about firebending, that's actually one of the reasons why I gave my rating. I actually love the bending in this show, like in general, for it being real life stuff. That's the way they made it is pretty good. Like I agree with you. The fire bending is the best one. I would say water bending. I actually like seeing that more than the earth bending part.
me too.
And then
The earthbending looks a little
yeah,
slow.
yeah, earth bending is it
It's
needs a
not
little
great.
improvement.
It's not great. I think Toph's earthbending was pretty cool, but overall, I mean, dude, when they had the boulder earthbending, I was like, I could beat this guy. By the time this guy picks up, like, what? Like,
I
how
know.
how I thought earthbenders like hold their ground and are super super like dense and like hard to move. I mean, the boulder by the time this guy was picking up a rock, any other bender would have killed him. Like this guy took three minutes just to lift one rock and then throw it. Like that's I'm not loving the earth bending. I think that was a low for me. Firebending was great. Waterbending mixed. I will say Katara's waterbending was great. They
Mhm.
they they did some cool things with her waterbending, obviously because she is shown to be one of the better waterbenders in the show. Airbending, did we even see a lot of it?
Dude, let's just like both agree. It's on the bottom of our list. Airbending, like it's
Like it could look cooler. I know it's hard to do that when it's not animated because you can't actually show air, but like the one air scooter scene was pretty cool. But like otherwise, I don't know. We didn't really see a lot.
we
It's
just
just
saw him
like
float around and hop in the air using airbending.
yeah,
That
I
was
mean
pretty much it.
exactly. Like it's just I'm not impressed. You know what I mean? Like considering the budget behind this show, they can do more. This is not the movie where they had like I mean even the movie they had a budget, but the movie was terrible. I'm talking about the live action movie. Like the live action movie was terrible.
Yeah.
But Netflix has like infinite money. They could if they fully like commit to making the CGI look great, it could be amazing. And if they need to really like stick with the storyline. They keep doing their own thing. I don't know what they're teeing up. Another thing that I do want to bring up as I talk about like the storyline being changed. What the hell with the like Zutara stuff? Like we want to see Katang like Katara and Aang
Ugh.
belong together. What are we doing here? Like what is this? The painted lady and the blue spirit? Like what is this, man? This is so
Oh yeah,
stupid.
that pissed me off so
Like
much. Painted Lady was season 3 of Avatar: The Last Airbender. Bossing say Painted Lady? Where is this coming from? The Blue Spirit was fine. He was doing good. Like he was actually helping people. That was part of the storyline. But
yeah,
Katara being the Painted Lady, they didn't do that until they went to some fucked up village that was a piece of shit. And then she dressed up as a Painted Lady, helping those villagers or whatever, not bossing say in the lower arena area or whatever the hell that is. It's
yeah.
ridiculous.
No, I know.
I mean, but the Zutara, I don't know. I was always kind of a fan of that,
Come on,
but
that's disgusting. Get away, bro.
it's not disgusting, bro. It's you can't understand my vision.
No, you're weird.
But like,
Keep that.
don't
Keep
get
that.
me wrong, bro. I still love Aang and Katara as a couple. Don't get me wrong. Still one of my favorites. I'm just saying I could also see the perspective of Zutara, as a couple.
Nah. When we do a season 3 review, if I see Zutara as the end game, instant 0 out of 10. I mean, that they just switched up the whole show. The perfect
Mhm.
ending behind Avatar: The Last Airbender was Aang finally achieving his mission and ending up with Katara and all as well. If they can't bring that magic to the ending, and if they do some like stupid stuff, this show's gonna be it's gonna be a failure for me. I know there are a lot of Katang fans. Sorry. I know there's a lot of Zutara fans out there who want to see Zuko and Katara and like blah blah blah. Nah, keep it to the fanfics. Don't ruin the show.
Yeah.
Let's stick to the story. We all want to see a live action adaptation of the show. We don't need a new storyline, right? Like this is not what fans want. At least like I can speak for most fans. Like we want things to look and as you said, the painted lady and like other storylines, other episodes where they actually had like a purpose. They're just like meshing everything together, and it's like, what's the point? Like you guys are, it's almost like this. The writers have all of the iconic moments from the show, and they're just trying to hit the checklist. Like the stupid Sokka scene, bro. This guy was talking about juice, not even in the desert. He just dropped all the lines. It's almost like a checklist. Like the writers have, made a list and they're
Mhm.
just checking it off, but they don't care what like chronological order they put things in. And like, man, I don't know. It just sucks to see like that now Avatar is going towards the direction of going 0 for 2 with live action adaptations. You just hate to see it. And
Yeah.
I'm still bullish. Like don't get me wrong. There's still hope, like, they could make season 3 a lot better because season 1 wasn't bad. It was pretty good, actually. But, yeah, season 2, there were a lot of positives, but there were equal amount of negatives, and I really need to see them steer the story back to the right course.
Yeah, I agree with you, and that cactus juice scene actually really made me mad, and not even just the fact that they didn't even put it in the desert, it's just the way he said it when he was on the floor.
Yeah.
Like, it's nothing compared to the young animated voice of, like, Sokka in the original one, and just some of the lines in general in this season were so cringy, and just the way they said it. Like, when Toph was being kidnapped by her mother back to her house or her home, she invented metal bending, that part was accurate, but then she comes out, and the way she says, like, "I'm the greatest earthbender in the world," it's just, like, the way she said it was, like, so cringy, it just made me wanna, like, gouge my eyes out watching that. The way Toph says it in the animated version,
Was fired.
it was fire, had more aura and shit. But in this season two,
Yeah.
the way she says it, it's not right. It's something's very off with it.
Yeah, yeah. No, I totally agree. I think that it's hard to act like it's a kids show. So like it was all fun and games when we were kids and we were watching it animated. But come on, man. Like some of the acting is there. I mean, look at Azula. Like Azula is, and I keep going back to Azula. Like, but Azula's acting was so good. She made it so it's not cringy, but she like really emulated her character well. And I think that there is some acting inexperience for the rest of the characters where they're not able to deliver. Like I will say Sokka's actor, he's for the most part, I would say 50-50. Like, half the time he's doing great, but then the other half of the time it's just not Sokka. He's just making it really weird and cringy. And I do like that they're taking a new angle and like showing Sokka's like trauma from season 1 and the events that happen in the Northern Water Tribe and what happens with Yue. But I mean, it gets to the point, man, where like they were stretching a little bit too much. Yeah. And it's they need to, there needs to be a little bit better acting and better directing.
Yeah. And going back to like the acting point, just as probably like one of the last points, is just that everyone knows and that like Aang looks freaking old as shit. And this came out, like season one came out, it was like 2022 or 2023. And it took them like 2 or 3 years to make this season. That was like 7 episodes. Yes, I understand the bending and like all the CGI takes time and stuff. But when you have Gordon, the guy who's playing Aang, as like hella older and his voice freaking deeper, like puberty, bro. And then just as a 12-year-old Aang, it doesn't match up right. I was actually mad about that. It's like it shouldn't have taken them that long.
Well, they have started filming season 3, so hopefully they beat the race against Gordon's puberty. But what I will say is you're absolutely right. I mean, this guy's gonna be taller than Katara by season 3, and bro might have a beard or something. Like
No.
this is like what is happening, man? This guy's sprouting up from the ground like it's nothing. I do really like Gordon. I think his acting has been pretty good. I'm not gonna say amazing, but I think that you can see that he's been for the most part delivering on what Aang should be. He acts he acts a lot with his, like, eyes, like, he's very animated, and I that's exactly how I envision Aang, because in the anime also, like, Aang's always very animated, has very, like, prominent, like, facial features and, like, facial, like, expressions, and I think Gordon's doing a great job of that because it makes Aang look goofy. So, besides the fact that he's gonna be, like, 25 by the time it's season 3, I think that he's doing a good job for the most part.
Yeah, I agree, and a lot happens in season 3. Obviously, we won't get into it now, but that better be, like, the best one since a lot of shit happens. Like I said, we'll get into that right now, but
Yeah,
the
yeah.
last point I'm gonna make on this is the ending of season 2. The battle that they had in Ba Sing Se beneath, the Earth Kingdom, like, that was I had mixed feelings about that because don't get me wrong, when Aang went into the Avatar state, that's cool. I still love the way they do it and stuff. Looks nice, but I'm sorry, but the way freaking Azula just, like, murdered his ass, like, it went straight through his the lightning went straight through his chest.
Yeah, yeah.
And Aang didn't even lift like 2 feet off the ground. Like, in the animated version, they had him lifting all the way up towards the waterfalls, and this one, he was barely off the freaking ground, and then he showed mercy to Azula, which, again, never happened in the animated one. Like, he never showed Azula mercy, they never fought, Aang just floated up into the air, and then his ass was on the ground.
Yeah.
And then, the way that Katara got him out and they were flying on Appa out of the city, I kind of expected more emotion from Katara. She just kind of sat there and was like, "Let me bring out my spirit water and heal him." And then's like, "Dang."
Yeah,
Like,
the
I
worst part is Katara has more chemistry with Zuko's character than she does
right?
with it's just like,
So this Katara's real.
but, it is what it is. Well, I guess, like, before we wrap up, let's what were your who were your top 3 characters this season, and who were
My top 3, I would have to say definitely Aang, Azula, and you know what? I'm gonna say Iroh on this. I actually really like the way they portrayed his character. I just wish we actually heard him saying "Leaves from the Vine." Like, it was still a sad moment when he walked up to the tree and had a picture of his son, but those are probably definitely my top 3. I would say my bottom 3, I'm definitely putting May at there. May, Ty Lee, and okay, you know what? I'm gonna say Sokka on this because, like, I love Sokka as a whole, but like the way they just portrayed him in season 2, the stuff that he was going through and the shit that he was doing wasn't portrayed accurately. So those are gonna be my bottom 3.
yeah. Unfortunately, my bottom 3 is the same as yours. I hate to put Sokka down there, but, he's at the bottom, but my top 3, I'm gonna have to go with Azula. Absolutely loved her this season. I also thought that Toph was great for the most part. This might just be my bias towards Toph as a character, just because I loved her in the actual, like, original series, but yeah, Toph is up there. And then number 3, it's tough for me. It's between Zuko and Iroh. I think I'm gonna give it to Iroh. Just an absolute joy whenever he's on the screen. He's the same actor from Kim's Convenience Store, if you've seen that on Netflix. So it's just absolutely hilarious to me because I've seen both of those shows. But,
Mhm.
I mean, Pyro's always gonna be the GOAT, and, I'm excited to see how they tie all these characters together in
Uh,
season 3. I think, it's a big season, they gotta deliver. So, one more thing to finish things off. What are you most looking forward to in season 3? And I'll go first so that you can take a moment to think about it, but I have a feeling your answer is gonna be the same as mine. It's the final battle. It's gonna be absolutely awesome. I really hope they get the CGI right, but I'm gonna throw in a bonus. I'm also really excited for the play. I think the play is gonna be really funny. Wonder how they're gonna do it live action, but it's gonna be really funny to see the play, and hopefully they're able to capture that whole, like, emotion and Aang being upset and all that stuff. So that's what I'm most excited for season 3, but would love to hear your thoughts.
Dude, that's literally my same thoughts. Like, that's literally what I want to see. First of all, yeah, that play is probably gonna be hella funny. And I mean, I'm gonna be really mad if they don't
Yeah,
do it. Like, is this another story plot that they might get rid of? I really hope not. But yes, obviously the final battle, that's the most important one. Aang needs to go freaking berserk on Ozai the way he did in the cartoon. Like,
yeah,
I better see that. And
yeah,
also, like, hopefully I see a good scene with the lion turtle. Like, I hope, when he gives him the ability to, like, take away someone's belt or fuck, bending.
yeah.
I really hope they portray that right. But obviously, yeah, season 3. Here's to high hopes on them doing it. Like, I'm praying next year that's gonna be the best one ever.
Yeah. All right. Well, cheers to that. Hopefully we see a much better season. To the viewers watching at home, comment below what your thoughts were on this season. I think for the most part, we've seen a lot of fan reactions, but we'd love to hear what you guys are looking forward to seeing in season 3 and just some of the things that you learned about season 2. Because it wasn't all bad. There were some good things. We got to give, credit where credit is due. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the Super Interesting Podcast.